take another L. Designer on me, this they new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Hey, hey, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, yeah, this the winning team.
Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chicago Bears taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. That'll be taken about a yard deep.
The Bears take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get them about 5 yards.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
And sacked.
Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play, because
and the pressure gets to him again.
The quarterback sacked.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Beckham with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score.
Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3-and-out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3-and-out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. They got it done.
At their own 22-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3-and-out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simple to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way, just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3-and-out.
And now to have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3-and-out. I went 3-and-out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. Looking to throw on second down. Cobb, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
6 yards.
Operating from the gun. Cobb under pressure, and down he goes.
The quarterback taken down.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. That'd be ideal.
Taken down.
North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the play. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's their quarterback taking it in. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Cobb looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Bears nothing.
There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But
this is caught inside the 15. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 59 yards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
There's Anthony Miller as they trot back out to go on offense. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on it. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. They have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Bears on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
At the 41.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got to jump here. He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just caught.
Looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. Going. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 32 on the play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun is Jones. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. It's their quarterback. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him.
Bradley Pinion.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Cobb. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Cobb. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 1st down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Cobb. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Matt Nagy has made the decision. They're going to go for it here. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he is not going anywhere. They stop it for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
He finds Beckham complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. John Ross, as the first half is winding down. And this offense continues to pour it on.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
For Tampa Bay.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the gun, Cobb, and down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there for sack number 22 on the year, and folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. So we've reached, and okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Bears nothing.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And from the 25, they work this to the 29. A gain of 4.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
They're on the tackle, Shaq Lawson.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking downfield for Godwin. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Jonnu Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker. Try
and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
24-yard line.
To throw on second down. Cobb firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's good.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing on first down. Cobb. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
1st and 10.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
To the running back.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
55, Mike, guys, 55. Here we go, Mike, 55.
Looking to throw on second down. Cobb. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Let's go.
On first down, Cobb under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
44-yard line.
Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
And 7.
To throw on third down. Cobb. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Out is Myers for the Seahawk field goal. This from 54 yards away.
4-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
42.
Kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Looking downfield for Godwin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Cobb. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
See what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Bears on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, Cobb. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Anthony Walker in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check, check.
Again, it's Fournette. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, Cobb nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sacked.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Month 56. Month 56.
To throw on 2nd down. Cobb looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Cobb. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Cobb throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Intended for Dante.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Operating from the gun. Cobb gets this one left side to Pettis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Extra point attempt to come here. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Throwing on 1st down. Cobb. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
1-yard line.
On 1st down, Cobb, and down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. That's caught by Montgomery. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to let it fly into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Intercepted by the Buccaneers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance,
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
63.
But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all...